Two coffee cups sitting on the counter, but only one of them is warm. Used to talk until the morning light. No, we just quietly weather the storm. I look at you, but you look right through me, like I'm a ghost in our favorite room. The silence between us is a heavy blade, cutting down what used to bloom. No doors were slammed, no voices raised. You didn't even stand up to fight, just a cold, slow fade into the dark as we reach the end of the light. And I felt the temperature drop. I watched the hands on the clock just stop. There were no tears, no final goodbye, just the quietest sound of a long, slow sigh. You packed your bags in the shadow of July, and that was the day love died. Hairbrush left in the drawer, and a book you never got to finish. It's funny how the things you leave behind are the hardest things to make diminish. I still sleep on my side of the mattress, leaving space for a shadow that's gone. Tangled up in the memories of us, dreading the arrival of the dawn. No grand betrayal, no sudden lie, nothing to point to or blame, just two tired hearts letting go of the spark, forgetting the sound of each other's name. And I felt the temperature drop. I watched the hands on the clock just stop. There were no tears, no final goodbye, just the quiet sound of a long, slow sigh. You packed your bags in the shadow of July, and that was the day love died. They say that love goes out with a bang, like a star falling out of the sky, but ours was a candle left out in the rain, whispering its very last goodbye. I didn't break, it just drifted away, bleeding out until it was gray. The day love died. The house is empty now, the fire's completely gone. Just a cold July morning and I'm moving on. Yeah, that was the day. The day love died. Took a flight across the stormy Atlantic to see the streetlights glowing in the Parisian rain. I stood in crowds where everyone was laughing, hoping the distance would drown out my pain. I walked the coastline of a golden island. I watched the sunsets turn from pink to blue, but every skyline just feels like a prison, and every horizon is missing you. They say a change of scenery mends a fracture, that miles can wash away the dirt and the rust, but traveling just makes the memory sharper and turns my destination into dust. Oh, there's no place like you, no matter where I go. From the neon cities to the mountain snow, I'm just a drifter with a heavy suitcase, looking for home in every stranger's face. I can buy a ticket to the edge of the earth, but an empty heart knows what a map is worth. The world is beautiful, but it's completely hollow too, because there's no place, yeah, there's no place like you. I check into another lonely hotel room and pack my shirts and lay them on the bed. The silence here is just like the apartment, and all the heavy words we left unsaid. I look at pictures of the ancient arches, I try to lose myself inside the art, but landmarks don't mean nothing to a person who's carrying a completely broken heart. They say a change of scenery mends a fracture, the miles can wash away the dirt and the rust, but traveling just makes the memory sharper and turns my destination into dust. Yeah, there's no place like you, no matter where I go. From the neon cities to the mountain snow, I'm just a drifter with a heavy suitcase, looking for home in every stranger's face. I can buy a ticket to the edge of the earth, but an empty heart knows what a map is worth. The world is beautiful, but it's completely hollow too, because there's no place, yeah, there's no place like you. I've crossed the borders, I've changed the currency, but I can't outrun the ghost of you and me. No ocean is wide enough to wash you from my skin. Oh, country is far enough to forget where we begin. I'm just a runaway who's running out of road, collapsing underneath this heavy load.
The swell of acoustic guitar, she might have got a weeping violin, and there was the feeling of the whole movie journey, winding through a beauty hall of desolate landscape.
Oh, there's no place like you, no matter where I go. From the neon cities to the mountain snow, I'm just a drifter with a heavy suitcase, looking for home in every stranger's face. I can buy a ticket to the edge of the earth, but an empty heart knows what a map is worth. The world is beautiful, but it's completely hollow too, because there's no place, yeah, there's no place like you. No place like your arms in the kitchen. No place like your laugh in the dark. I'm passport stamped and complete. broken, left standing in a crowded terminal park. I travel the world just to find out the truth. There is no place like you. I was driving down the highway late last night when the radio station hit the dashboard light. A sudden acoustic intro started to play, and it swept on my fragile arm right away. It's the exact chord progression that you used to hum when the window was heavy and our hands were numb. I tried to change the channel, tried to turn the dial, but I just froze completely for a little while. And our song still hurts to listen to now. It rips the band-aid right off the broken vow. Every single melody is wrapped in your name, a beautiful track that sets my chest aflame. The lyrics we used to scream out so loud are just a ghost story hiding in the crowd. They promised a forever that we couldn't keep. Yeah, our song still hurts, and it cuts too deep. I remember the kitchen where we danced so slow, with the volume turned down and the static glow. You whispered that this track was our personal shield, the only truth that we ever wanted revealed. No, the singers crying about a perfect love, while the rain is pouring from the clouds up above. It's amazing how a bass line and a simple rhyme can turn into a weapon from a different time. 'Cause our song still hurts to listen to now. It rips the band-aid right off the broken vow. Every single melody is wrapped in your name, a beautiful track that sets my chest aflame. The lyrics we used to scream out so loud sets my chest aflame. The lyrics we used to scream out so loud are just a ghost story hiding in the crowd. They promised a forever that we couldn't keep. Yeah, our song still hurts, and it cuts too deep. The static returns as the track fades away, but the ringing in my ears is here to stay. A 3-minute memory that I can't reverse. Yeah, baby, our song still hurts without you. I'm sitting in the hallway where the floorboards meet the wall, staring at the front door where the evening shadows fall. The keys are on the counter, your umbrella's gone from sight. The silence in the kitchen is a heavy frozen night. I try to find a television show to drown it out, to find a little shelter from the suffocating doubt. But every single corner of this empty hollow room is whispering the narrative of our impending doom. And goodbye still echoes through the spaces in between, the loudest quiet sound that my poor ears have ever seen. It's bouncing off the ceiling, it's ringing in the air, reminding me completely of the love no longer there. You said it softly, you didn't even scream. I just shattered the foundation of our favorite summer dream. The clock keeps on ticking, but my spirit cannot grow, 'cause goodbye still echoes everywhere I go. I walked down to the market just to get some space today, but the pavement seemed to mimic every word you had to say. A car drove past us playing that old Nevin Polly track, and the force of your departure hit me right across the back. I can still hear the static of your breath before you turn, watching the entire bridge we spent 5 seasons building burn. You made a clean escape, you didn't even leave a note, but you left that final syllable tangled in my throat. 'Cause goodbye still echoes through the spaces in between, the loudest quiet sound that my poor ears have ever seen. It's bouncing off the ceiling, it's ringing in the air, reminding me completely of the love no longer there. You said it softly, you didn't even scream, but it shattered the foundation of our favorite summer dream. The clock keeps on ticking, but my spirit cannot grow, 'cause goodbye still echoes everywhere I go. How can 2 syllables carry so much weight? How can 6 letters decide a person's fate? I try to cover up my ears and block the steady sound, but the resonance is deep beneath the surface of the ground. It's a permanent vibration in my fragile ribcage, stuck on the last sentence of our very final page. In the quiet morning, it's in the midnight rain, a never-ending warning of a relentless pain. It never fades away, it never leaves the floor. Goodbye still echoes behind this heavy door without you. There were no dishes broken on the kitchen floor, no slamming doors echoing down the hall, no dramatic exit in the middle of the night. You didn't even have a fight at all. You just sat on opposite sides of the couch, watching the television screen go gray. 2 people sharing the very same roof with absolutely nothing left to say. I didn't hear the mirror snap or crack, I didn't feel a sudden heavy attack. It was a slow leak from a beautiful balloon, a shadow creeping over the room. All love died quietly in the dark, leaving behind no burn, no spark. It didn't go out with the scent of violent storm, and just slipped away from a beautiful dream. We woke up as strangers who used to be close, living inside of a house full of ghosts. No warning sirens, no violent storm. until everything we built turned to dust.
The item large, the piano, a nylon string guitar solo, focusing on space and silence between the notes to emphasize the emptiness.
Just the soft sound of you locking the door. We didn't even say goodbye. We just let the fire sigh and go out. Out. Love died quietly. I watched the digital clock flip to 3 in the morning. The blue light on my phone is burning a hole in the dark. I told myself tonight would be different, gave myself a warning, but I stumble right back to the place where you left your mark. I'm scrolling through videos hidden deep in my folder. Back when your laugh was the only sound that I chose to hear. And now the room is freezing and the pillow is colder as I track the path of a brand new familiar tear. It's a reflex action every time I close my eyes. I relive the promises, I replay the goodbyes. There's no new time limit, there's no change in the track. Just the same old record spinning, wishing you were back. Oh, I've got my tears on repeat tonight, crying over you until the morning light. It's the same sad melody, the same broken chord, drowning in a memory I can't afford. You moved on to a brand new song, singing out your lives. Oh, I am stuck rewriting all our own designs, pressing play on the hurt over and over, deleting my peace. Yeah, my heart is broken and the tears are on repeat. I tried to go out to the diner with friends on Friday, but the jukebox was playing the track from our very first drive. I had to excuse myself, running out into the hallway, just trying to find a quick way to feel alive. It's pathetic how easily a baseline can break me, how a simple lyric can completely tear me apart. No matter how far I walk, the tracks always take me right back to the crash the intro, go straight to the pain, where you told me you didn't love me out in the rain. Loop the chorus of the night that you left. Leave me shivering, gasping for breath. It's a toxic playlist that I can't turn off, and I'm screaming your name till my throat is raw. Time to stop, hypnotized, melody that mimics a skipping sound effect, building intense emotion with pressure before dropping out entirely. Track 1, track 2, every single lick is about losing you. Press play, let it fall until I feel absolutely nothing at all. Tears on repeat. The front door clicked, the echoes stayed, the shadows stretched where we just played. Your coffee cup is sitting on the step, still holding the warmth of your escaping head. I look around this crowded, empty room and watch the twilight turn to heavy gloom. You took your coat, you took your keys, you took the air, left me to freeze. I tried to find a word to make you stay, but all my reasons simply washed away. Now every corner tells a ghost of us, turning all our golden promises to dust. And now I'm left with the silence, heavy and deep, screaming the secrets I wanted to keep. The loudest sound is the beat of my heart, breaking in two as we're drifting apart. You got the last word, you got to fly, and I'm just the wreckage you left with goodbye. Yeah, I'm left with the silence, and it's tearing me down. The clock on the wall is ticking too loud, mocking the boy, girl who used to be proud. I pick up my phone, but who do I call when the person I need caused the world to fall? It's funny how a voice can feel alive, and how its absence cuts just like a knife. No footsteps on the floor, no keys inside the door. You took the music when you walked away and left me with the silence to stay. We built a castle out of sketches and lines, ignoring the weather and the warning signs. For fragile cutouts in a world made of stone, pretending we could make the apartment a home. I thought your promises were written in stone, but they were just ink on a page left alone. The first sign of winter, the first heavy breeze, and our entire empire fell to its knees. And paper hearts don't last in the rain. We tear at the edges and dissolve in the pain. We were a beautiful design on a page, but we couldn't survive on this real world stage. You can't build a love that is meant to endure when the foundation's thin and the script is unsure. I'm picking up pieces of our fragile past, learning the hard way that paper hearts don't last. I found the love letters we folded so neat. Now they're just soggy remnants out on the street. A single drop of water makes the words start to bleed, erasing the future that we thought we would need. It's tragic how easily scissors can cut through every single door that we swore wasn't shut. We were just paperweights holding down air. Now the desktop is empty and the room is completely bare. 'Cause paper hearts don't last in the rain. They tear at the edges and dissolve in the pain. We were a beautiful design on a page, but we couldn't survive on this real world stage. You can't build a love that is meant to endure when the foundation's thin and the script is unsure. I'm picking up pieces of our fragile past, learning the hard way that paper hearts don't last. Origami wishes that will never come true. A cardboard replica of me and of you. We folded ourselves into shapes we couldn't keep, and left the real damage for the shadows to reap. One little spark and the whole thing burns down, leaving nothing but ash all across this structure that fell like a house in the sand. The ink is all gone, the pages are past. Don't lie to our story. Paper hearts don't last. The closet door is open in the hallway. Your empty hangers rattling on the rod. I never knew that wire-hidden wood could sound so heavy, like a final judgment from a distant guard. You're packing up the fragments of our winters. It heavy coats the books you never read, and every footstep down the stairs is pulling out a splinter from the fragile floorboards where we used to tread. We didn't scream, we didn't slam the kitchen door. We just ran out of things worth fighting for, and the quiet is the loudest thing I've ever heard. As we choke on every single final word. Oh, the sound of leaving is a zipper on a bag. It's the heavy dragging sigh of a white flag. It's the rustle of your keys as you pull them from the ring. The terrifying silence that a tragedy can bring. It's the engine turning over in the driveway. The line, the shifting of the gears as you drive away with my pain. No thunder in the sky, no sudden crashing wall. Just a quiet click of the lock, and that is all. I hear the plastic crinkle of the bubble wrap around the coffee mugs we bought in Spain. It sounds just like the breaking of the promises we made before we learned to weaponize the rain. You ask me if I wanna keep the television set. Your voice is practical, detached and cool, while I am drowning in the echo of the things we haven't said. Standing here looking like a fool. We didn't scream, we didn't slam the kitchen door. We just ran out of things worth fighting for. The quiet is the loudest thing I've ever heard, as we choke on every single final word. Oh, the sound of leaving is a zipper on a bag. It's the heavy dragging sigh of a white flag. It's the rustle of your keys as you pull them from the ring. Terrifying silence that a tragedy can bring. It's the engine turning over in the driveway. In the rain, the shifting of the gears as you drive away with my pain. No thunder in the sky, no sudden crashing wall. Just the quiet click of the lock, and that is all. I thought a broken heart would sound like shattering glass. A cinematic roar to make the moment pass, but it's just the gravel crunching under tires on the street. A fading red of taillights signaling defeat. It's a breath held in the dark, leaving an empty mark. Big champion. Oh, the sound of leaving is a zipper on a bag. It's the heavy dragging sigh of a white flag. It's the rush and turning over in the driveway. calendar on the wall says it's been 6 whole months today since you packed up your winter coats and drove so far away. As seasons changed, the snow gave way to green upon the trees, and everyone around me says I should be at my ease. They tell me that I look good, that I'm finally breaking through. They ask me if I've started looking for somebody new. I nod my head, I force a laugh, I play the part so well, but underneath the surface I am living in a hell. I went down to the grocery store to get some things tonight, and saw your favorite cereal sitting right there in the light. My hand automatically reached out before I caught my breath, and the realization hit me like a sudden, quiet death. I had to leave the cart right there and walk into the rain, because a simple box of cardboard brought back all the heavy pain. They say the time is currency, that wounds will slowly close, but time has only shown me how deep the damage goes. Because I am still hurting, just as bad as day number 1, standing in the shadows of a permanently setting sun. The world keeps on moving, the clock keeps ticking by, but I'm still trapped inside the echo of your final cold goodbye. They think that I am healing, they think that I'm free, but the ghost of your departure is still suffocating me. Yeah, everyone thinks I'm fine, but I am still hurting inside. I tried to rearrange the bedroom just to alter how it feels, to hide the empty spaces that your absence always steals. I moved the bed against the wall, I took down every frame, but the silence in the corner still whispers your sweet name. You can't outrun a memory by moving things around. On the roots of what you shattered are buried in the ground. Because I am still hurting, just as bad as day number 1, standing in the shadows of a permanently setting sun. The world lets the bleeding start again. Goodbye, my sweet forever. But I am still